Hello, today I will be deliberating a lecture on healers and healing places. I have divided my lecture primarily into two sections. They are firstly, introduction on the meaning of healing and healing places, and secondly, spiritual healers and healing places across all religions, which will be followed by a conclusion. Healing is an age-old concept. The meaning of the term implies that it is the restoration of a good physical health among the individuals. The emergence of this concept is unknown. Religion is the belief of the people in the society in some supreme power. Religion developed among the masses as they are unable to explain nature as well as people's incapacity to apprehend about the diseases which led to the death of the people. Thus, people named as spiritual healers or faith healers emerged in the society to provide healing to the people so that they can go back to their normal pattern of life. Today, in this lecture, I will try to explain the eminent healing works of a few prominent spiritual healers of the world across all religions, and then I will expatiate on the healing places that are believed to be the powerful healing centers. A spiritual healer is believed to be a charismatic personality who sees himself or herself to be a medium by which healing light and energy can be showered to his or her followers. Spiritual healers act for the benefit of others in the society. A few noted spiritual healers, according to the respective religions and the associated healing centers, are as follows. Firstly, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. In a seminal work by M.S. Valiyathan, Healing in the Ramakrishna Tradition, it was noted by him that healing can be defined as restoring good health and antedates humanity. In human history, healing tradition accounts for a vast amount of knowledge which is unwritten but practiced among our tribal populations and in many parts of the country such as Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. This is the folk medicine of India, a part of Lokavidya. Sri Ramakrishna was born on 18 February 1836 in the village of Kamarpukur, about 60 miles northwest of Kolkata. Ramakrishna developed intense devotion to Mother Kali and spent hours in loving adoration of her image, forgetting the rituals of priestly duties. His intense longing culminated in the vision of Mother Kali as boundless effulgence, engulfing everything around him. With his unquenchable thirst for God, Sri Ramakrishna broke the frontiers of Hinduism, glided through the paths of Islam and Christianity, and attained the highest realization through each of them in a short span of time. He looked upon Jesus and Buddha as incarnations of God and venerated the 10 Sikh Gurus. He expressed the quintessence of his 12-year-long spiritual realizations in a simple dictum, Yato mat tato pat. As many faiths, so many paths. He habitually lived in an exalted state of consciousness in which he saw God in all beings. Valiyathan noted in his work that as Roman Roland noted, his half-closed eyes could see very far, even into the minds of others. He observed the eyes, forehead, and general appearance of those who approached him and on occasion even waved their hands as he did of Keshab Chandra Sen to assess their fitness for spiritual instruction. After a visit to the Horishabha at Jorashaku, where he saw a number of persons in meditation, he remarked that Keshab alone among them was in real meditation, and he had taken the bait. At that time, he did not know Keshab Sen. Physiognomy, according to him, gave enough indications of a man's suitability for a spiritual life. Sri Ramakrishna saw from his veranda a frail man being mercilessly bitten by ruffians in the bathing ghat far away. He was greatly disturbed, but to the amazement of his devotees, linear streaks of urticaria appeared on his back. It seemed that he was physically sensing the pain of the victim and was suffering vicariously. When plucking flowers for the worship, he saw the plants throbbing with consciousness and himself as a tormentor. That marked the end of his plucking flowers. The prime healing center of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is the Dakshineshwar Kali temple. It is a Hindu temple located in Dakshineshwar near Kolkata. Situated on the eastern bank of the Hooghly river, the presiding deity of the temple is Bhavatarini, an aspect of Kali, meaning she who liberates her devotees from the ocean of existence. The temple was built by Rani Rashmoni, a philanthropist and a devotee of Kali, in 1855. The temple is famous for its association with Ramakrishna, a mystic of 19th century Bengal. Ramakrishna derived his liberation and trance by the touch of the image of goddess Kali there and acquired the supernatural power and became an ascetic with divine austerity. Numerous devotees gather at the shrine on 1st January every year, and it was on this solemn occasion that Ramakrishna attained enlightenment. This solemn occasion is termed as the Kalpataru Utsav. The Ramakrishna mission has numerous objectives or goals by which healing is provided to the people, both in the rural and urban centers. Secondly, Ma Anandamoyi was an Indian saint from Bengal. Swami Shivananda described her as the most perfect flower the Indian soil has produced. Paramahamsa Yogananda translates Anandamoyi as joy permeated. This name was given to her by her devotees in the 1920s to describe what they saw as her habitual state of divine joy and bliss. The central theme of all her words and expressions is this: life and religion are one. All that you do to maintain your life, your everyday work and play, all your attempts to earn a living should be done with sincerity, love, and devotion, with a firm conviction that true living means virtually perfecting one's spiritual existence in tune with the universe. To bring about this synthesis, religious culture should be made as natural and easy as taking our food and drink when we are hungry and thirsty. Just as a mother nourishes a child with all possible care and affection and makes him grow up into a healthy boy and a handsome youth, so you will find the subtle touches of the Divine Mother shaping your inner life and making you reach your full height and stature. There are numerous healing centers associated with Ma Anandamoyi. The various ashrams gather devotees each year from all around the world. Recently, Ma Anandamoyi Hospital was established in Shivala, Varanasi, to provide medical treatment and healing to the poor, including free eye operations. Thus, her glories are still praised far and wide across the globe. Thirdly, Sai Baba. He is also known as Shirdi Sai Baba, was an Indian spiritual master who was and is regarded by his devotees as a saint, fakir and sadguru, according to their individual proclivities and beliefs. He was revered by both his Hindu and Muslim devotees, and during as well as after his life, it remained uncertain if he was a Hindu or a Muslim himself. This, however, was of no consequence to Sai Baba himself. Sai Baba stressed the importance of surrender to the guidance of the true Sadguru or Murshid, who, having gone the path to divine consciousness himself, will lead the disciple through the jungle of spiritual training. Sai Baba is worshipped by people around the world. He had no love for perishable things, and his sole concern was self-realization. He taught a moral code of love, forgiveness, helping others, charity, contentment, inner peace and devotion to God and Guru. He gave no distinction based on religion or caste. Sai Baba's teaching combined elements of Hinduism and Islam. He gave the Hindu name Dwarakamai to the mosque he lived and practiced Muslim rituals, taught using words and figures that drew from both traditions, and was buried in Shirdi. One of his well-known epigrams, Sabke Malik Ek, one God governs all, is associated with Hinduism, Islam and Sufism. He also said, "Trust in me and your prayer shall be answered." He always uttered, "Allah Malik, God is King." After the death of Sai Baba, numerous healing places opened in various parts of the world. The most famous healing center is in Shirdi itself. It was founded in 1922 to carry out the services of Sri Sai Baba. Thousands of devotees gather each day to seek the blessings of Sai Baba. Baba always maintained the dhun or the perpetual fire. The realization that all the phenomena of the nature are perishable and unworthy of our cravings is signified by Uddin, which Sai Baba distributed to all. Baba never left Shirdi. He talked to people who came to see him. Sai Baba would often speak in symbols and parables, leaving his devotees to work out the answer. Even today, the sacred ash collected from perpetual fire at Shirdi is sure cure for all maladies, physical as well as mental. It works miraculously and graciously in the moments of distress and utter despair, as an unseen hand extended by him. Fourthly, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti. He was also known as Garib Nawaz, benefactor of the poor, was an Imam, Islamic scholar and philosopher from South Asia. Chishti introduced and established the Chishti order of Sufism in the Indian subcontinent. The Indian spiritual chain or silsila of the Chishti order in India, comprising Chishti, Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Khaki, Fariduddin Ghanshakkar and Nizamuddin Waliya, each successive person being the disciple of the previous, includes the great Sufi sense of the Indian history. One day, while sitting on the back of the Anasagar lake at Ajmer, the great Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti saw a cowherd boy passing before him with a herd of young cows. The great Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti asked the boy for some milk. The cowherd replied that the cows, being immature, were unable to give milk. The great saint smiled and told the young boy to milk a particular young cow. The boy hesitantly obeyed and was astonished to see the teats of the cow fully developed with milk. The boy then milked the cow, and the milk was enough for about 40 people. The young lad was so awestruck by the holy scent and his miracle that he became an ardent devotee of the great Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti. The Dargah of Chishti, known as Ajmer Sharif Dargah or Ajmer Sharif, is an international waqf, an Islamic mortmain managed by the Dargah Khwaja Sahib Act 1955 of the Government of India. The Dargah committee appointed by the government manages donations, takes care of the maintenance of the outer area of shrine, and runs charitable institutions like dispensaries and guest houses for the devotees, but does not take care of the main shrine, which is under custody of khadims. It acts as one of the healing centers in India. Various devotees not only visits Mecca as a part of their Hajj trip, but also visits the Ajmer Sharif, as it is believed to grant the wishes of the devotees and heal numerous followers out of their ailments and other pathologies. Therefore, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti provided men and women with not only physical healing but also psychological healing. His followers still owe him gratitude through their prayers and by visiting the Dargah Sharif. Nizamuddin Walia, he is also known as Hazrat Nizamuddin, was a famous Sufi saint of the Chishti order in the Indian subcontinent, an order that believed in drawing close to God through renunciation of the world and service to humanity. He is one of the great saints of the Chishti order in India. Nizamuddin Aulia, like his predecessors, stressed love as a means of realizing God. For him, his love of God implied a love of humanity. His vision of the world was marked by a highly evolved sense of secularity and kindness. It is claimed by the 14th century historiographer Ziauddin Barani that his influence on the Muslims of Delhi was such that a paradigm shift was effected in their outlook towards worldly matters. People began to be inclined towards mysticism and prayers and remaining aloof from the world. Numerous devotion offered several presents, such as pomegranate seeds dipped in rose water or black sugar cane out of season. He accepted the gifts but gave them away to all present. He vicariously enjoyed the delicious food and drinks relished by his disciples and guests. When he quoted a saint as saying, "People who eat food in front of me, I find their food in my own throat." That is, it is as if I am eating that food. He was in fact referring to his own state. Nizamuddin Dargah is the Dargah of one of the world's most famous Sufi saints, Nizamuddin Walia. Situated in the Nizamuddin West area of Delhi, the Dargah is visited by thousands of Muslims every week and sees a fair share of Hindus, Christians, and people from other religions. Not only the Muslims but people from all the religions visit the Dargah and ask for healing benefits. Many are believed to achieve mental solace by going to these Dargahs and thus attain healing from their mental stress. Thus, Nizamuddin Aulia is indeed one of the greatest healers present in India. His Dargah is visited by numerous devotees belonging to different religions. Sixthly, Mother Teresa. She was also known as Blessed Teresa of Calcutta. She was born in Skopje, modern Republic of Macedonia, then part of Kosovo Vilayet in the Ottoman Empire. After having lived in Macedonia for some 18 years, she moved to Ireland and then to India, where she lived for most of her life. Mother Teresa founded the Missionaries of Charity, a Roman Catholic religious congregation which in 2012 consisted of over 4,500 sisters and was active in 133 countries. They run hospices and homes for people with HIV/AIDS, leprosy, and tuberculosis, soup kitchens, dispensaries, and mobile clinics, children's and family counseling programs, orphanages, and schools. Members must adhere to the vows of chastity, poverty, and obedience, as well as a fourth vow to give wholehearted free service to the poorest of the poor. Mother Teresa was the recipient of numerous honors, including the 1979 Nobel Peace Prize. In 2003, she was beatified as Blessed Teresa of Calcutta. A second miracle was credited to her intercession by Pope Francis in December 2015, paving the way for her to be recognized as a saint by the Roman Catholic Church. The miracle, according to the Church, is that a Brazilian man whose family prayed to Mother Teresa was miraculously cured of brain tumors in 2008 while he was in coma and about to enter surgery. The first miracle attributed to Mother Teresa also dealt with the disappearance of a tumor, this one of a woman in India. The main healing center associated with Mother Teresa is the Missionaries of Charity. It was established in 1950 by Mother Teresa. It consists of over 4,501 religious sisters and is active in 133 countries. Unnumbered followers congregate every year in order to attain healing from the Missionaries of Charity. Prayers are offered in the name of the sick and the poor for their healing. Funds are raised and numerous social works are conducted so that the goal and vision of Mother Teresa could be sustained. Thus, it is through these ways that Mother Teresa healed the poor people and instilled in them the confidence of trusting themselves in life and to face all odds that comes across with a strong shoulder. He was the founder prophet of Sikhism and the first of the 10 Sikh Gurus. His birth is celebrated worldwide as Guru Nanak Gurupurab on Kartik Purnima Mashi, the full moon day in the month of Katak. Guru Nanak has been called one of the greatest religious innovators of all time, who was an original spiritual healer who expressed his thoughts and experiences via extraordinary poetry that now forms the basis of Sikh scripture, Guru Granth Sahib. Devoting himself immensely to spiritual matters, Nanak is said to have been inspired by a powerful spiritual experience that gave him a vision of the true nature of God, stating that he had been taken to the God's court and bestowed with the gift of Naam, the name or word of God. Guru Nanak preached that human spiritual growth was achievable through contemplation and meditation, and through a way of living that reflected the presence of the divine within all human beings, and insisted that external efforts such as fastings, pilgrimages, and penances carried little spiritual importance. Guru Nanak emphasized that all human beings can have direct access to God with no need of rituals or priest, and rejected the authority of the Vedas and attacked the citadel of the Hindu caste system. He described the dangers of egotism, falsehood, and hypocrisy, and called upon the people to engage in worship through the Naam, Word of God. He also rejected the path of renunciation, Tyag or Yoga, emphasizing a householder's, that is family life, based on honest conduct, selfless service, and constant devotion and remembrance of God's name. Guru Nanak promoted the equality of all mankind and upheld the causes of the downtrodden and the poor, laying special emphasis to assert the equality of women. Gurudwara Panja Sahibis is a Gurudwara which is situated at Hassan Abdal, 48 kilometers from Rawalpindi in Pakistan. It is considered as one of the most holy places of Sikhism due to the presence of a rock which is believed to have the handprint of Guru Nanak imprinted on it. Sikhs visit this Gurudwara from all over the world at least twice a year. People who feel themselves to be in distress are believed to be healed after their visit to the Gurudwara. Thus, Guru Nanak Dev Ji opened the door for a new religious belief among the masses, and people all over the world praise his glory and his healing powers till today. Eighthly, Lord Buddha. In the year 624 BC, in Nepal, Siddhartha Gautama was born as a prince. His father was King Shuddhodana and his mother was Queen Mahamaya. When he was 16, he finished his education and he married Princess Yasodhara. King Shuddhodana handed over his kingdom to his son Siddhartha. They had a baby named Rahula. When King Siddhartha was 29 years old, he decided to renounce lay life. Siddhartha left from his kingdom and went to several well-known teachers to study the ultimate nature of reality. But their teachings didn't satisfy him, and he set out to find his own path. 6 years later, he went to Bodh Gaya, near the Niranjana river, and sat under a tree. After that, Buddha returned to his father's kingdom. Uncertainty still existed about whether Gautama Buddha was really enlightened or not. In response, the Buddha displayed the Yamaka Patitarya, or the twin miracle, called so because of its simultaneous production of apparently contradictory phenomena, in this case fire and water. The twin miracle entailed Gautama Buddha producing flames from the upper part of his body and streams of water from the lower part of his body, alternating this and doing similar between the left and the right sides of his body. There are many healing centers in association with Lord Buddha. The global Vipassana Pagoda, also known as the Golden Pagoda, Mumbai branch, is one such center where meditation is promoted among the followers. Vipassana is the meditation the Buddha practiced after trying all other forms of bodily mortification and mind control and finding them inadequate to free him from the seemingly endless round of birth and death, pain and sorrow. It is a technique so valuable that in Burma it was preserved in its pristine purity for more than 2500 years. Thus, Lord Buddha himself formulated the Eightfold Path, the Four Noble Truths, according to which he wanted the human race to enlighten themselves and clear themselves from all inhibitions. He wanted men and women to lead the path of truth and meditate, by which it is believed that people can attain moksha. Lastly, Mahavira. He was also known as Vardhmana, was the 24th and last Tirthankara. In Jainism, a Tirthankara, the maker of the river crossing, is an omniscient teacher who preaches the dharma, religious path, and builds a ford across the ocean of rebirth and transmigration. 24 Tirthankara grace each half of the cosmic time cycle. Mahavira's philosophy has 8 cardinal law of trust principles, 3 metaphysical and 5 ethical. The objective is to elevate the quality of life. There are various healing centers in relation to Jainism in India. A few famous Jain temples are Great Bahubali, also known as Gomateswara, the Dilwara Jain Temples, the Ranakpur Jain Temple, the Sri Digambar Jain Lal Mandir, the Palitana Temples, the Shikharji Temples, the Shantinath Temple of Khajuraho, the Kulpakji Jain Temple, the Dharmnath Jain Temple and the Bhavangaja Jain Temple. People across the globe travels to these shrines in order to be blessed by Lord Mahavira. Therefore, the teachings of Mahavira are indeed essential for receiving healing benefits from within. Thus, to conclude the lecture, it can be presumed that healers and different healing centers are present in the world due to the belief and positive faith of the people. All the healers from various religions promoted one central concept, that is welfare of human beings. The healing centers too are opened for people of all religions, and it promotes solidarity of the individuals in the society. Thank you.